But I kind of knew before I knew that it was coming because the family was like he was brain dead when he went into his when they hooked him up to the ventilator because he had COVID too. So the
So
COVID
that
was
is true. They say he didn't have COVID. So he really did
he
have COVID.
had. They
Wow.
said he it was a bad dose of crack, and they said some drug fentanyl was mixed in with the crack, and that's what made him overdose. And then when he got to the hospital, he got diagnosed with COVID, and he couldn't breathe. You know that COVID messes with your respiratory system, so that's why he had to get hooked up to the ventilator. They said before he did, they was like his brain died.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? His brain had died and everything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like even if he comes through, there's a guy that's a good chance he's gonna be brain dead.
It's peculiar. Nobody really knows why DMX died.
Oh, DMX overdosed. Let me give y'all a little bit of history on cocaine. Some you never did cocaine. You're talking to a fucking expert if you don't see what my nose look like, right? It's very hard to overdose on cocaine and crack unless you mainlining that. When you mainline that, that's when you overdose. Look around. Y'all have really never seen a motherfucking crackhead overdose. You've really never seen a that was sniffing overdose. Okay? Every time you take a hit of cocaine, your heart arrhythmia goes up anyway because that's what the drug does to you. It brings up. All right? So if any of you are out there saying, oh, DMX overdosed, it wasn't an overdose. It just would have happened that he had a heart attack while he was getting high because the cocaine might have did something to whatever what was going on, but it wasn't because of the cocaine. You know how many times I got high like a and I'm a skinny. I'll see that. Been skinny. I used to sniff 8 balls by myself, and there'll come a point at when I'm sniffing this 8 ball, my heart start jumping out my motherfucking chest, and I knew what to do for that. I'd go outside in the freezing motherfucking cold in my drawers and stand on the motherfucking patio. It's really a mental thing when it comes to your heart because the paranoia and the mental, it's really a mental up where you start thinking something is wrong with you and then your brain start bah 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 bah. But then when you sit down and relax like I used to have to do when I sit on my patio in my drawers in the freezing cold, and then once my heart start going back right, you know what? I go back in the house and I finish the rest of that 8 ball. And guess what? As many times as my heart did that arrhythmic bull, I'm here talking to you today. And so, I'm just saying that y'all stop putting on my stop putting on them. Don't just because it got high, don't mean that motherfucker. And so what if he was getting high? Only way you gonna really overdose on cocaine, motherfucker, is mainlining that shit. Sniffing that shit might add cause to whatever heart problems you got going on. All right, but that's about it.
With profit, muscle.
Yeah.
The only man in the world who can do handstand push-ups with his feet.
Roger, tell these motherfuckers subscribe to the Prophet channel.
I get you. Because you didn't see what I had, you see what was deep in my heart.